minute, fellas. Look here. Stand by.
One for C-Lab, two for Troy Eagle, three for Wolverine to round out the trio. In this episode, everybody dies.
Broadcasting live from inside the power band, this is The Blah. In this episode, everybody dies. I'm your host, Wolverine, along with my intrepid super companions, Zarhigo.
Yo.
And C-Lab Forever.
What's up?
Welcome to the show, folks. This week we're talking about the 2014 cult classic,
Not
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, starring the Oscar-winning Megan Fox. Let's get to it.
Multiple Oscar winners in this film.
Okay, so we wanted to do something that none of us had seen that we could eviscerate. And here we go.
Yeah, I think that was the worst hour and a half I've ever spent in my entire life.
Correction, 2 hours that you ever spent.
Well, to be fair, I haven't watched the end of the movie, so.
Oh, wait, I had to watch it with commercials on Pluto, so that's why it was 2 hours.
Did you really?
Yeah, I didn't have another. It's not anywhere else. What?
Not only did you watch it, but you watched it with commercials. That's horrible.
I had to sit through the commercials, man.
It's better than paying for it, though.
That's true.
I was not about to do that. So, yeah, commercials it was. And I saw the same ones over and over again.
Lost half of that one too, bro.
Right, hang on, I'm going to switch bands.
The Void Which Binds does not want us to make this episode.
Right?
The gods are angry. They don't want us to make this.
You know what I say? I say, fuck you, Crom.
I was going with like a Ralph Moeller thing, but yeah, that works even better. My God shits on your God.
I think an Arnie Turtles movie would be pretty good. Like him in the Batman movie.
Yes.
Ooh. It might as well have been Arnold as Shredder.
Be better than Tony Shalhoub.
No, Tony Shalhoub was Splinter.
Oh, that's
right. He was
right.
fine. Shredder was...
Dude, Tony Shalhoub's voice was like 10 seconds into watching this, I cracked up. Like, I love Tony Shalhoub, but Tony Shalhoub as Splinter did not work for me.
I agree, actually. I don't think Tony was the right choice for Splinter. I don't know why. But at the same time, I'm glad they didn't go with like a kind of stereotypical Asian voice.
Sure.
You know, I don't know.
Like a stereotypical Tony Shalhoub voice, like I just kind of recognized the voice from his recent work in Marvelous Miss Maisel, where he plays like the most stereotypical, like neurotic Jewish father, and so I just kind of got like this like New York neurotic Jewish father vibe from The Rat. Like, obviously, I'm not making any racial comment here, but like it was just didn't work and was so funny, and I was cracking up throughout this movie for that reason.
No, it's an archetypal commentary.
It is, and his character in Miss Maisel is like the perfect example of that, you know, that archetype.
Yeah, anybody that hasn't seen Miss Maisel, go see it. It's so good. It's on Amazon.
The first season's great,
Yeah, it's a really good show. Yeah, anyway, I get it. He's not the right person. I don't know who they got for the original 3 TMNT movies, but...
That was Vanilla Ice.
Vanilla Ice was Splinter?
Yeah.
No, that's not right.
No,
you're making that up.
I am, but it would be pretty cool if he was.
It'd be pretty cool if you were, dude. Yeah, right on. So high level. I know Ben loved this movie. Ben, what do you got to say about this? Pass.
Despite the fact that you were just shitting on Tony Shalhoub as Splinter, I think that's arguably the best part of this movie.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I've got the best part of this movie was April's yellow jacket. Otherwise, everything else was a pile of shit.
Why the jacket?
Because it's just like a call out to like the cartoon where she always wore a yellow jacket. It's like the stupidest little thing ever.
Yeah, that was... At least it didn't look ridiculous, like bright yellow, like... You know what I mean? I've seen that done in movies before, and it's like, yeah, no.
Yeah. I think you're onto something there, Benny, man. If Shalhoub is the highlight and the shitting on it is also accurate, it kind of really sets the scales here.
Yeah, I wish I could unsee it.
Yeah.
It's not even really the whole time I was watching it, I was thinking, okay, well, this is going to be easy to eviscerate, but I don't even think it's going to be entertaining. Like, like sometimes a movie can be bad in a way that like it's funny to crack on it. This one is just, I don't know. I'm not feeling it.
I think the tropiness of the movie, I think, is evisceratable. Like the opening fucking Schweppes commercial, fucking Fruit Ninja thing that they were doing there, and like there was just some really ridiculous stuff going on.
Yeah, right.
And like the whole plot was like, my note is we've roped the tropey trope and found the trope. Like it was just like every single plot point in the movie was just pulled from another movie
or the comics.
Well,
it was Michael Bay Transformers with turtles.
It really was. It was Transformers, but instead of robots, it was turtles. Yeah,
but like not even as good.
Well, I mean, Shia wasn't in it, so like that's
I was thinking of a couple of things during this. I was like, well, let me try to see this from like my 12-year-old self perspective. You know what I mean? Or 10-year-old self perspective. Would I think it was just like the coolest thing ever? I don't know, maybe. But then there are some redeeming qualities about it. There's not many, but it's got some of the action sequences are pretty cool. And the turtle design, what's that?
No.
Did you say no?
No.
Well, I mean, the mountainside battle was pretty neat, and the turtle design was pretty solid. I mean, it's really hard. It's really hard to do this. I mean, it's going to be hard for me to finish this comment.
Keep trying to say positive stuff, and we're just going to yell at you about it.
That's fine. Yell at me. Go for it. I think that it's.
Are you going to tell me Shredder was awesome next? I mean,
no, I'll no,
dude. The Gillette Mach 3 Shredder.
No, I think that in the first three movies they had them in suits, right?
Yeah, probably,
and
man.
And this you don't care.
I do care. I do.
No, you don't.
No, I do.
It's fine. I'm trying, Kev. I'm trying to care. The first three movies, they used suits. These were all computer generated. I mean, I thought that the turtles looked pretty good. I don't know.
I feel like.
I don't know if
I feel like like the actual digital work was, I don't know, crispy. Like it seemed like people that knew what they were doing did some work on this, but like all I could think the whole time was like they spent so much money on this. Like,
yeah,
imagine how many people they could have pulled out of poverty or something. Like I was
going to say the same thing.
Hundreds of millions of dollars to like, I don't know, animate these horrible renditions of 80s classic weird IP, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you, dude. Look, all I was trying to say was that I really, the production values in the movie are, they clearly spent a lot of money on it. They clearly put a lot of time and energy into it. So, it has a polished look, but beyond that, there's really not a whole lot there.
Yeah.
I thought the designs of the turtles were pretty good. Like it could have been way worse. Like on the other hand, he describes the turtles as being like, over 6 foot and they're teenagers. I was just like, what? No, like they shouldn't be that big, man. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I still have the black and white second pressings, not the magazine size of the first pressing, but the second pressing had, traditional comic size. I have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I've read it many times. The turtles were always like, I don't know, they seemed like maybe 3 feet tall. So I don't know. It seemed kind of weird that they were like these giant monsters,
The fact that they were gigantic, the fact that they were apparently bulletproof, the fact that they were like throwing storage containers around, the all the fucking stupid accessories, and the fact that they tried to like, they like went with this like kind of dark and gritty, torn up, headband look, and trying to like humanize the faces like they did with the robots and Transformers. It just
right.
Look, man, I don't know how you do it right.
But this is
turtles from the page to the screen is hard to do, but that was definitely not the right call.
I agree.
Wow. What they went with was not right at all.
I totally get the boardroom, everyone sitting around. Like, let's just, like, for the sake of argument, say that the creators of this particular movie wanted to do a good job. Let's just, like, assume that was the case.
Let's just pretend for 1 second, folks.
Like, I really get the feeling here that a bunch of studio heads or corporate, dudes in suits came in and were like on a bunch of coke and were like, yeah, we just need to do everything bigger. I've looked at all your renders, make them 6 feet and able to throw subway cars and, just like exactly all of those complaints that you just made. It just seems like such a studio meddling pile of shit.
Yeah, they're not fucking turtles, man. It's like 4 shelled Incredible Hulks.
Yeah, you're right about
fucking
that.
Running around in the sewers, it's just.
I wasn't going to say Incredible Hulks, but they definitely have like Captain America level strength, when you can pick up a vehicle and throw it, or just bust through the side of a van. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I'm with you. And I'm with you on the rags, like the soiled, wrapped everything. You know what I mean? Like,
I was going more with the green, giant green swole thing with my Hulk reference, but
No, I know what you mean. Your other comment was about like the torn sort of
headbands.
I can't even articulate what you said. They were kind of like rough looking, and they had like, the hands were wrapped with whatever, not gauze, but cloth.
Leonardo had like a fucking bamboo blind attached to his chest.
Yeah, like it's soiled and torn and gives him a sort of, a worn look. Like, that was just like, come on. Not that I want to see him in like crisp, fresh clothing. Like, that would be even stupider.
I don't know, man. The turtles are always kind of crisp and fresh, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean,
just because you live in a sewer doesn't mean you have to look like you live in a sewer.
Yeah, Kev.
Well, that's true. Yeah, I mean, look at the secret lair had like all that high tech shit in it. So it's like, what are you telling me? You can't go out and buy some fresh underwear? I mean,
oh man, I do not want to know what turtle underwear look like,
or whatever they wear. I mean, you know what I mean, dude. Underoos or whatever.
That would just be hard to get them on there. They might actually look pretty cool. They probably look like SpongeBob SquarePants pants, like fitting around the shell and stuff.
I was so not where I was going in my mind with that comment. I don't know why you guys went there, but yeah. Okay, yeah, sure. SpongeBob pants.
Just trying to,
No, I'm with you, man.
I'm mining for gold here, bro.
I'm mining for gold, Kev. All right, so I'm sorry. I'm making an apology to everybody for attempting to high level this movie. There, I said it.
Oh, I thought you were going to apologize for, pushing us to do this movie. But I accept your apology.
Okay, I'm not going to apologize for that. Everybody agreed to it.
Yeah, it's true. That's true.
We all thought this would be a good idea. And maybe who knows? Maybe it will be. It definitely wasn't fun to watch.
No, but there was some funny moments in the sense of laughing at it, not with it, for sure.
Yeah, definitely, man.
In a Gripes of Kev, maybe this isn't a Gripes of Kev, but like I found the fact that April was like spending the first 10 minutes of the movie like riding around on a bike like a commuter really funny. Like I don't know why I found that so funny, but she was just kind of like riding around on a tricycle like Danny in The Shining, just like she's just like, I'm just gonna go from here to here to here to here on a fucking bicycle. I just didn't.
I love that she drove down to the dock. She rode her bike down to the docks so she could Skype call the dude that she was trying to interview earlier.
Yeah, exactly. The Skype call product placement was amazing. It was just, there's just so much gold in here, man.
I know. Did you see the big fat Skype logo? Like took up like half the upper screen. I was like, really?
Did I see the big fat Skype logo? It was like the Ninja Turtles brought to you by Skype when the fucking title cards came up, basically. That was how big that goddamn Skype logo was.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. Good God. Yeah. Well, you guys just brought up so many things in a short period of time. Yeah, the tricycle thing, like it should have had a little bell, like the cling, cling, cling,
totally.
Cling, cling. It would have been the perfect thing to go with that whole scene, that whole vibe, rather.
I totally got the feeling they cut out a like, can't you see I'm walking here in New York, like get out of the way, chick on a bike thing. Like, And then there's like, oh, well, we need the continuity here, so let's just keep her on a bike. It was just like the most pointless shit and super funny.
Yeah. I cannot believe, actually, that they shot this movie well, I don't know if they shot it in New York, but it takes place in New York. I can't believe we didn't
Part of it.
We didn't get one single, Joey Bob Beats in there,
No.
Hey, I'm eating pizza over here.
It was all just sunset helicopter shots.
Or Gino. We should have seen, what would have been perfect? Is
Gino
to see
Felino?
Gino Felino in this. The Italian salami himself make a cameo trying to cross the street with his beret and his sleeveless, I wish I was in Cobra Kai gi top, whatever, that he wears. Going, hey, you seen Richie? Hey, I'm trying to find out who killed Bobby Lupo.
Thanks for reminding me that I watched that movie too.
He's got to be doing that while he's talking around a crower, though. That's, crumbs are just spatting out of his mouth and such.
A crawler. How about a bear claw?
Yeah,
Sure.
he could pull it off.
I could see it.
He's probably more of a crawler guy.
Yeah, I think you would see the fancy looking donut and be like, I want one of those. That's like a high class donut.
Yeah, what's that one there?
Yeah, so tricycle with a bell. Got it. Riding your bike down to Joey. She was trying to Skype call the Joey Franchetti guy or whatever that was like, hey, how'd you get this number? Talk to my guy Stan down at the docks. Is that the guy she was trying to call again?
Yeah.
You don't remember because you offloaded all information about this movie from your brain the second it ended.
Pretty much. I recognize that guy from some stuff, though. What was that guy in?
Yeah, I don't know. He seemed kind of...
Everybody Kev me, Kev.
I didn't care enough to everybody, Kev, to be honest with you, man. Hang on, I'll tell you.
That says a lot right there.
Yeah, it does say a lot.
Oh, he was in Generation Kill. That's where I know him from.
What is that?
It's David Simon's miniseries that he did after The Wire on the first soldiers into the Iraq War. It's really good.
Oh, yes. I read a blurb about that the other day.
Really, really good. That's an injection death, by the way.
For
me? Well, it sounded like you were gearing up for one, but I pulled the fucking canopy faster than you did.
You did.
Can we talk about how fucking stupid it is that like the good guy is actually the bad guy trope is one thing, but
we can talk about anything you want, Chad.
The good guy is the bad guy trope is one thing, but the good guy as a disciple of Master Shredder thing was the stupidest fucking thing I'd ever heard in my life.
Why?
Well, it's just like, I was born in Osaka and my dad died in Vietnam. And then I met a master who taught me everything. It's like, okay, guy. And now I have 3 multinational conglomerates, but I want to get stupid rich. So I'm going to kill people. You're just like, what? And they're like standing in front of this like fake Japanese painting. That's like, I don't know. It was just
No, it was dumb.
So funny.
Oh, God. His little, like, when he tells Megan Fox his background story in front of the painting.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Oh, no.
Exactly. It's exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly how my soul felt throughout watching this movie.
I need to stop trying to defend this movie. I don't
please.
know why I am. It's now it's upsetting me. I don't know.
This is a shit fest.
I know. I don't know why I'm trying to defend it. I'm like, because I guess I was watching it and I was just like, well, it's not that bad. Like, like I was feeling bad for it or something, man. I was like, the production values are pretty good, and I really like Bill Fichtner. And then I was like, how did all these actors get in this movie, man? Like, I know that Will Arnett and Johnny Knoxville. I couldn't even tell that it was the voice of Johnny Knoxville, but they did it because, like, they're kids, But like, Bill Fichtner is like, he's great.
He is great.
He's actually in Strange Days. The little bit that I watched of that, he's been in a ton of really, really great stuff. I don't know why he decided to do this movie, but his line, "Oh, time to take a bite out of the Big Apple." I was like, really, dude?
I do have a bit of a gripe when it comes to the cast as a whole, where, okay, cool, your kids want you to do the movie, fine, like, whatever, I have no issue with that, but it was weird that everyone in the movie was so old, or seemed really old, like, both Will Arnett and Megan Fox just kind of looked older, and I feel like the movie is meant to be full of, like, 20-somethings,
Yeah.
And it just kind of threw me, like, why would you cast a whole bunch of old people to talk to fucking digital turtles? Like, it just doesn't seem like a good choice.
Well, the answer is that they have better agents, and that's how they did it.
I guess.
I get what you're saying. You're absolutely right. It should have been populated by younger people to make it, I mean, it is. It's like this is a movie for like 12-year-olds. You know what I mean?
That's it. If you're targeting 12-year-olds, hire young. Like,
Yeah.
I think that the recent Spider-Man movies are a good example of, like, they hired quite a few young people to align with Peter Parker, who's supposed to be quite young. And, like, obviously that's high school age, but I feel like April O'Neil should be like 23, 24, and her sidekick dude in the van should be the similar age, instead of like, 40-somethings fucking flailing around in the snow, Transformer fighting with people,
Yeah, I mean, even Megan Fox, who was probably 25 or something when she made this, I mean, I don't know. There's something about her. It's like she's too good looking and she doesn't look young enough. You know what I mean? Like she looks like kind of more mature, I guess, even though clearly may not be.
She did. I didn't know how old she was until you just said that, and it seems like that's pretty accurate. I thought she was like, I'm not talking shit about how she looks. I'm just saying like
No, not at all.
I perceived all of the people in the cast to be like 15 years older than they should be. So if Megan Fox was 25 in this film, then that number is not accurate. But I perceived her and everyone else to be super old. But I don't know. I don't want to dwell on it. But
no, I don't want to dwell on it either. But I think it's a really good point because, like, when you start getting into the territory of like, okay, well, what would you do to make this movie better? Well, the first thing you do is that right there is like cast a lot of younger people because, responding to your comment about Spider-Man, like I love the original Sam Raimi Spider-Mans, right? Especially the second one. Like the second one, in my opinion, is one of the best superhero movies, period. And Tobey Maguire was fantastic. But the great thing about the Andrew Garfield ones and the Tom Holland ones is that they were actually populated by teens. Like they looked like teens and in many cases were teens. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And that's what Peter Parker is. So especially in Homecoming with the Vulture, they go to the teen party and everybody looks like they're in high school for real. Like Tobey was a little aged out when he played that role and, he didn't quite look that young. And, when he was all buffed up, like he was pretty thick, with muscle. Like, I mean, Spidey's kind of a scrawny little turd in many ways. You know what I mean? So to your point, like if they had just populated this movie with more like younger people, I think that would have been a way better.
If they had just populated this movie with younger people, it still would have been a fucking dumpster fire. So I don't know why we're even bothering with this fucking line of fucking conversation.
Well, all right, fair enough. No, fair enough, Ben. But I'm just saying that like if you were gonna try to make it better, it's like don't try to appeal to like the hardcore comic fans. Firstly, that's never going to work. Like you're appealing to kids, like that's where the money is, right? So populate it with younger people. There, I'm done.
I'm amazed. I guess I'm not amazed, but I'm amazed this movie did as well as it did. But it clearly hit the family, take the kids to the theater thing, even though it was like quite. I don't know. I think you said it really well, Benny. It's Transformers. Like it's just fucking Transformers with Ninja Turtles. There's no.
I agree. That is the best comment.
There's no difference, and Transformers is like the most brainless, blockbustery movie series. The cartoons I love, and the intellectual property I love, but the movies have just been heaping piles of shit that just fucking print money.
Yeah, I mean, the first Transformers movie was like I enjoyed it, and it's probably the best one. Like,
sure, but it didn't make it good either. I think the first Transformers movies was enjoyable because it was just nice to see some childhood stuff that we liked brought to film, and then maybe in hindsight, it's like, if we watched it this week instead of this, we probably would be having a similar conversation. It wouldn't surprise me.
I'm sure we would, man. And I'm not speaking to the content. I mean, the content of the movie is weak. I think the only thing about the first Transformers movie is seeing, your childhood animated heroes come to life in like, real vision. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or CG or whatever you want to call it. So like, yeah, I agree. This is definitely Transformers, the Turtles version, Mm-hmm. Just a quick, to answer that question, she was 26 when she made this movie.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. So anyway, dumpster fire.
Really was. I like almost vomited on that scene on the rooftop, like after she takes the picture, where they like half-ass and ham-fistedly talk about the naming, where they're like, we're turtles that are teenage and mutated, and they're mutated ninja teens. Like, just like, oh my God. Fucking stab my eyes and ears with ice picks.
I agree, because she couldn't sell it. I don't know if any other actor could. Maybe not, but she couldn't sell it. No way.
No, it's
The writing was so bad.
the writing was so bad.
You're mutant ninja turtles and you're teenagers? Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, that's what we're saying.
Hang on, let me jump off the building so we could do a high-speed sewer tunnel surf montage.
Like immediately after that, Michelangelo says, "We're teenagers, but we can still have adult conversations." That was a joke in the movie.
Yeah.
So
You know what I think part of the problem for me is that I kind of noped out a lot during this movie. Like, it just couldn't.
I so fucking noped out.
Like, I could not. I can't remember a lot of stuff because my brain just did that like click thing, with Adam Sandler, where you're just on autopilot. Like, I started unloading the dishwasher at one point, and I wasn't even moving the phone around to go where I was going. It was just like, all right, and then I was like, I just can't. I just gotta get. It's like one of those things where you're like, I just gotta get through this. I just gotta get through this.
Yeah.
The hillside scene, the battle scene, which was pretty cool, man. I mean, it was pretty dynamic. The rooftop battle scene, on the other hand, was just so bad. That armor was so bad. I just was like, no. I was just like, I don't care. And I stopped watching it. That's when I was like really getting into the dishes. I was like, dude, dishes.
It's like when you unload the dirty dishwasher, clean the dishes in the sink, and then put the clean dishes in the dishwasher.
I think I figured out what my rating for this movie is going to be.
Okay. I'm looking forward to it.
0 shells.
If I tell you it now, can I just exit the conversation?
You should leave the call, and we'll just like everybody cab out for 15 more minutes and then just finish up the show.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
We breezed past the comics real quick, and I just want to acknowledge, I think, one of the reasons I was interested in doing this was to shit talk it. Another one was the Tony Shalhoub as Splinter and Johnny Knoxville is fucking one of the other ones, which is ridiculous. But the other one is like the Turtles is a really weird intellectual property, and like I have fond memories, even though it is just the weirdest goddamn thing in the world.
Well, can we talk about that for a second? Because there's a lot of good stuff in that, and that definitely did not end up in this film. I was a Turtles comic fan, as I said before, from way back, man. I even remember one of my kids found them, and he got super into them, man. Just
they're awesome.
The straight up black and white ones. Yeah, they were great, man.
The original black and white comics are like such fantastic comics.
Yeah, and look, I'm all about Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird. Like they've done well off that property, and and good for them. And the one thing that is good is that these terrible movies, there's been 5 of them now, have not taken away from the awesomeness of the original comics. You know what I mean? So,
nor from the kind of like 90s, 80s trope-tastic cartoon,
I don't remember the cartoon. I'm sure I watched it, but I don't remember.
You guys might have been a little old for it because I was a tiny bit old for it. My cousin was really into them. But like it was one of those like, there's only fucking 5 channels on TV anyways, so you'll be like, I'll watch that for a bit on a Saturday or whatever, Friday.
I remember
or whatever.
those days. Those days were a lot better, man.
Yeah, getting nostalgic.
Digress. I'm going to just go into a little cul-de-sac here for 1 second. I was thinking about that the other day, and I was just like, all this was way easier when we didn't really have a lot of choices on TV. And it was just like, all right, well, this is on, so... it led us to like,
Darkwing Duck it is.
People like me and Ben watching Beastmaster 8,000 times. Why? Nothing else was on.
That was it.
That sort of thing. Like now it's like you just open Netflix. I just look at, I have a folder on my phone that has all of the various video apps on it. It's like if I just look at that, I start getting anxiety. It's so bad. Because it's like, oh my God, how am I going to choose? It's going to take me 5 hours to choose a movie. I'll be asleep by then. You know, so I yearn for those older days where it was just like, oh, what's on? Whatever. Teenage Mutant Ninja. I guess I'll watch that again. You know?
Yeah.
Cowabunga pizza, dude.
Yeah, the next big thing is going to be an AI that just picks the movie for you.
Yeah.
Ugh, gross.
It'll happen.
You just give it control of all your things, and it just picks the perfect movie for you.
And it probably makes you mad because it's good.
You say gross, but you'll be like, oh, I love this fucking thing. It's amazing.
Yeah. If it's good, that'll totally be the case.
Yeah, maybe.
It's like it's reading my mind.
But that's the scary part. I mean, I get what you're saying, but I think that, you know, well, no, you know what? You're right, Ben. And the other thing is that it's just there's so much stuff out there because like I think we're past the golden age of TV now. Like we were in it, and I think the reason why we're past it is because there's too much content now. So like when the streaming services came around and like all these incredible television shows started coming out, now it's just like oversaturated to the point of like ludicrousness.
I don't know. I kind of disagree. I feel like we were in the golden age, and I feel like we've exited the golden age, but I think that we might be in a better place in the sense of like things that would never have been funded are now getting funded. And so something like a Stranger Things, for example, can come out and become a cultural, you know, juggernaut. I like that there's more opportunity, I guess. And unfortunate byproduct of that is you have to wade through 1 million properties. And Netflix is literally releasing a feature film every day this year, which I think is fucking insanity.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, I'm not discounting what you're saying, and we've touched on that before, and you're right. Like, it's great that stuff's getting funded. We talked about Mando, Expanse, blah, blah, blah. Like,
yeah,
the problem is wading through the sea of, you know, it's like you're in that trash compactor in Star Wars. Whoa! What did I just do?
You died. That's what you did.
Never do that, man.
I liked how they died.
No, they're dying, R2. Shut them down. Shut them all down.
I liked the little Star Wars death in the movie, though, where she says Splinter's name. Maybe she's a Jedi. You probably hated that, but I kind of got a chuckle out of that.
Yeah, I thought it was dumb, but, you know, whatever.
I think you're dumb.
I mean, look, I am dumb, and that's fine. I think, look, a part of me was kind of trying to see this through the lens of a 12-year-old and be like, oh, well, would this be cool? Like, would we love this if we were younger? You know, I don't know why I was trying to put that much brain energy into it. Like, since I was the one that pushed to watch it because we could eviscerate it. So, you know, call it a Kev quantum paradox. I have no idea.
Hey, we breezed past you. Believe it or not, Benny. Did you ever give a shit about turtles back in the day?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, were you a comic fan?
I never read the comics. No. I was aware of them. You know.
Yeah.
They were on Dan Spitz's guitar in Anthrax.
Nice.
That's pretty sick. There's a nugget.
You know, Scotty Ian had Judge Dredd, and Dan Spitz had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I remember liking the first movie with like the Henson puppets.
Yeah.
Although I couldn't tell you whether I would like it nowadays.
I feel like it's similar to a Transformers where when it came out, it was like at least something that's weird is coming out. So it's like, oh, that's interesting. Yeah, even if we look back on it now and it's stupid, I could see that. I remember the same thing. I remember the first movie fondly, even though it's probably a pile of shit.
Man, I don't know. I'm almost. Would I put money on it? I don't know.
Put money on what? The first movie was a total POS?
The first movie was better. You know what?
Probably.
That, man.
Probably. In 1990, it would at least have some 90s vibes.
No doubt. Dude, it had Corey Feldman, dude. That's enough to elevate that movie above all others.
Yeah.
Certainly this, you know. Maybe. I'm not feeling the love, Danny. You know, I don't know.
I'd like to say we should do the original movie, but I think this one might have turned me off of Turtles for a long time.
Well, you know, maybe again, like in the future, next year.
I feel like we're doing a disservice to like all the other amazing movies we could be doing right now instead of this fucking thing.
That's all right.
Like movies that people want us to do, you know.
You gotta do So Bad It's Bads every once in a while. This is maybe the first like legit so bad it's bad, because there's been a couple that have been edgy, but this one takes the cake.
Definitely.
I've got Double Impact at the bottom of the algorithm, so we've attempted some other ones.
Yeah, Double Impact was a surprise. I thought that was going to be better, and in my memory it was better, and that ended up being, I would say, easily one of the worst movies I've ever watched on this show.
Yeah, it was terrible, but it was at least terrible in a funny way.
Yeah.
Not in a tragic way.
No, you're right about that. No, you're right. You're right. It did. It had some weird funniness to it. And it also had wasn't that the one that had Donald Trump in it? Didn't Trump walk through the lobby in that one?
Maybe.
I don't know why I just thought of that.
No, his name was mentioned.
Oh, that's right, by the girl in the
You
beginning.
don't do something in New York without Donald Trump.
It's like somebody living in New York and not knowing about Donald Trump.
I like how you're confusing Double Impact, the Jean-Claude Van Damme twin movie, with Home Alone 2. Because it's so easy to confuse them.
There's another movie with there was Trump in the lobby. I don't remember what it was. It was some other movie we did that was dumb. Anyway.
So anyways, Thor: The Dark World.
Yeah, right, exactly. I just got to I have IMDb open in the trivia section.
You're like
just got to a part.
Injecting to try and find something to talk about.
No, not injecting to try to find something to talk about. I just was amused when I looked down at the next item on the list and it said warning spoilers. It's like, ooh.
They're turtles.
Who cares? Spoilers about what? The plot? There isn't one.
I know the likely answer to this question is just like shut the fuck up, but can we talk about how like April's dad was the lab guy and she secretly saved them all and she's like the savior of Splinter, and like that was just the dumbest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life.
And it's like the heart of the movie.
You're probably gonna hate me more because I was like, oh, that's pretty neat.
You like that? You're fucking dead, bro. You're dead to me.
I am dead. I'm dead to Chad.
Can we talk about Gillette Mach 3 Shreddy Krueger?
I'm really wishing I had left the podcast now.
You're done.
Benny, that's so funny, man. Sorry, Chad. What was the last thing you said?
I said, can we talk about Gillette Mach 3 Shreddy Krueger?
We can, Gillette Mach 3 Shreddy Krueger. That is a better name than Shredder, definitely.
I like how he just like had the Anakin Skywalker face scar bullshit, and I am violently opposed to the extra knives that we discussed earlier, I think. And I don't know. I just like they did such an effective job of ruining this.
Well, wait, can we shelve that for a second and do the April pet turtle
Yes,
bit?
yes.
Yeah, I mean, I guess when I was watching it, I was kind of like, well, yeah, I could kind of see that as kind of, but at the same time, it's so loopy and dumb. You know what I mean? Like in the sense of like looping the whole thing together, tying it all together. Like, I don't know, just no.
It's equally dumb to what's his face, being the like adopted son of Shredder. It's just fucking unnecessary. Like, but they spent so much time setting all that shit up. It's just
totally watching videos of her feeding pizza to baby turtles and stuff. It's just like cool. That's why they like pizza.
Ugh.
Yeah,
God, that was so dumb.
Oh, that's why they like pizza.
They have nail polish on their shells. That's why they have those colors.
Cowabunga, dude. God, you know what? I want to know, where did that word come from? And I would love to just shoot whoever first started using it.
Was it pre-Bart Simpson?
Cowabunga? It had to be.
I have no idea. Oh, it would be like some surfy shit, wouldn't it be? Maybe like a Hawaiian surf term or something.
That's what I always thought it was.
I want to eject and look that up now.
I'm already doing it.
An exclamation used to express delight or satisfaction.
Yes.
That's first popularized on Howdy Doody.
And indeed, it was Michelangelo from the animated TV series that was credited with saying this frequently.
Frequently, yes.
Cowabunga, dude.
Totally. Wait, Chad, did you say Howdy Doody said it first?
Yeah, in that same dictionary Google thing, it said first popularized by a character on Howdy Doody in the 1950s. Then it became associated with surfing culture and then with turtles.
Ugh, I hate that it's like directly tied to turtles in two moves.
Wow, it's funny because the search results page, like in the people also ask, the first entry is who to say Cowabunga, and the answer is Michelangelo. So they skipped straight to it.
They did.
0 degrees of separation.
Best show we ever did. We're all reading off the internet. Well, in the description of the show, to be fair, it does say about nerd media and the internet. So I guess we could quantify that.
Yeah, it didn't say we're going to read it to you, but...
Okay, so yes, the April turtles, they were my pets. I found the old camcorder thing. The whole scene, like when she goes to look for the box with the camcorder was my favorite acting. It was one of 2 favorite acting moments in this movie.
And then Britney Spears says she's going to move out.
And then Britney Spears calls her mom and says, "Can I move home?" Yeah. No, because she does like that classic, like, runs in the door all harried. And
I know these names.
She's just like, "Oh, where is it? I gotta find it. Where is it? Azaba. And there's just paper shuffling and there's clothes flying all around. Oh, I found the box. Then she dumps the box out on the floor. Wait, what is it? Page 6. Oh, there's somebody. Oh, and I got my camcorder.
I thought she was going to open up like a book report from school or something that had like, Leonardo da Vinci in it or some shit.
I had no idea what she was looking for. And then she puts the camcorder on and it's like, oh, wait, she's the daughter of the other guy. Wait, not that. We knew that already. But it's like, oh, she was there in the lab? Like, what?
For like a split second, I thought you were going to gripe with Kevin and be like, that camcorder would not have had a charged battery.
Well, you know what? To be fair, and to reference some dust that I referenced in the Big Trouble in Little China episode, like the box was been sitting in her closet for freaking years. There's not a freaking lick of dust on it. I mean, what the hell's going on? Like, you want to do continuity, do it right. You spent $125 million on this movie, do it.
Get some fake
right.
dust.
Get the fake dust. The box was like brand new, like they just bought it at Staples.
Show her charging the fucking camcorder.
What kind of a little girl names their pet turtles after Renaissance painters?
Oh, God. Why? Exactly.
I love how we've ended up here, and I so agree with your statement.
I don't know. Why would a 7-year-old girl be like, I don't think any of my kids in any stage of development would do that.
No, it does not seem in character, but...
Dude, my in-laws have been named. My mother-in-law's name is Gary. That's what my son calls her, and Whoopi is my father-in-law. So the chances of a young kid coming up with anything other than gibberish pretty slim.
No Michelangelos or
no, but I really enjoy that Gary is the name for the grandmother here. It fucking cracks me up every time.
Gary is the name for what grandmother?
My son's grandmother. He has named Gary.
Oh! I thought you meant there was another one in the movie.
No.
Like,
he'll just be like, "Hi, Gary," and I laugh every time. So
that is very funny.
It's pretty good, but there at no stage did he say, "Hey, I'm going to call you Nikola Tesla,"
right?
And you're Albert Einstein. It's like, yeah, no.
Yeah, Chad, your family anecdote about the grandmother being called Gary is funnier than this movie, and a better story.
And you didn't laugh, which really like nails it home. I think.
No, really. I would rather let's talk about that anecdote because that anecdote is better than this.
Can you please just tell that again?
It turns out babies really like candy.
Oh my God.
I was secretly hoping that Will Arnett was going to end up being Casey Jones.
Yeah, that would have been sick.
Yeah, I kind of thought the same thing, man.
No dice.
No dice. And he was, if there was anybody that was funny in this movie, he was it.
I kind of wanted Bill Burr to be there. I could see Bill Burr doing that. After our recent sassy Mandalorian stuff.
You see Bill Burr in a Turtles movie?
As that character,
Yeah, in the Will Arnett part, yeah, I could see Bill Burr doing that and being really funny and actually making this movie good.
I kind of cringed out a bit with the whole like him trying to get with her all the time thing, but it was
yeah, that was a little dumb, but it was kind of I don't know.
It's from the cartoons and stuff, like the guys always hitting on her and shit, but
what's his name? Raphael, or one of the turtles, calls him a human nerd at one point. It's like he's not that nerdy looking per se, like.
Totally implausible. That was the moment for you. That was implausible.
Yeah, that was the moment where I went. That
was when I noped out of the movie.
That was it.
Yeah, that's the point when I knew this movie was bad. Everything else up until that point,
we were good.
Like, yep, totally plausible, totally plausible, totally plausible.
Stuck in the tunnel, farting, pepperoni. On board with that. Yep.
I love how we were watching Star Trek a few weeks ago, and we were talking about how the plausibility of them doing time travel was so ridiculous, and we were just like, I don't care. And then this movie, it's like picking apart.
Totally unrealistic.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
I kept hoping when they started doing the beatboxing thing in the elevator that somebody was going to play Leonardo's chess piece like a xylophone, but it didn't happen.
That would have been sick,
right? With the
missed opportunity,
or sorry, as we would say in kid parlance,
nunchucks.
Thank you. Totally,
dude. It was those like everyone bought those bamboo blinds, the roll up bamboo blinds at some stage, and stuck them on the windows in an apartment, like.
And they were like, "Look how cool I am."
Hang on, let me turn on my lava lamp and wait 40 minutes for it to fire up. This is gonna be awesome night.
Look, it's starting to come up from the bottom.
Oh, yeah.
While we do that, I got a black light over here.
Yeah, I'll turn on my black light and fire up a stick of incense. Just hang on.
Yeah, there you go.
Go over to my CD tower and pick something out.
And those stupid velvet posters, black light
dude,
posters.
I totally had some of those.
Yeah, dude, check out my Velvet Zeppelin poster, man. Why is it a naked guy with wings?
All right, so yeah, the April O'Neil
Nugget Seth's ratings.
Yeah, she saves the turtles. That's dumb. What did you call Shredder? Freddy?
I have a note. This is Shreddy Krueger.
Mach 3 Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, I had Shreddy Krueger written down because of his burnt ass face or whatever, and then later I had Gillette Mach 3. So
Gillette Mach 3 Shreddy Krueger, isn't that what it was?
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
Oh man, that might be one of the best names you've ever come up with.
You think so?
Yeah, that is. It's good.
Yeah, it's up there. It's really good.
It's funny, like in terms of like notes that I took as I was watching this movie. The first note I wrote doesn't really even make sense, but like it was like a stream of consciousness, and I think it kind of represents how I feel about the movie. Where I just wrote cheese, dick, rinky dink, and then like later added in superhero origin story bullshit. Like I think it's pretty
superhero.
Yeah,
good. I like that.
Superhero. That's really good.
Do you think this classifies as an origin story for you, Benny, in the pantheon of origin stories that are annoying because we see the same shit over and over again?
Yeah, doubly so, I think.
Because it was bad.
Because it was bad, and yeah, the convoluted, April O'Neil thing.
Yeah.
And
And why again, after 3 Turtles movies, do we need another origin story?
Right.
It's just, it's so, why they keep doing that? It's just such a waste of money, man.
Especially considering they're just like, oh, if we relaunch it, it's for the kids. It's like kids will watch the old ones. They probably love the old ones. Just fucking push the thing forward.
But even to your point, like if it's kids, it's like they don't care about an origin story. They just want to see the turtles like winging around, cling ching changing and throwing mulverangs and shit.
Yeah,
cling ching changing.
I like that. Like a little bit of onomatopoeia.
Cling ching chang. Yeah, kind of like a like sword
fights
or whatever. Ching, 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 ching. Isn't that what you used to do when you were a kid? That's what I did.
Maybe.
With my brother. Took the yardstick and made it into a ninja sword.
Yep, definitely. Beat the hell out of each other.
And then it was like ching, 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 ching. No? What were you going to say, Ben?
Maybe throw a schling in there for good measure.
There you go.
Yeah.
Ching, schling, schlang. Ching, schling, ching. Yeah, there you go. Schling. Ching, schling, ching. Yeah, so ching, schling, ching.
Keep doing it.
I think that I said mulverangs, but this Mulverine anyway, would never loan mulverangs to these Ninja Turtles ever.
Nah.
The ones in the comics, but not these ones.
It wouldn't be advisable. I mean, they're just teenagers.
That's true.
Yeah, well, exactly.
They're not old enough. Can we
ready for that?
Briefly,
like, who gave these kids swords?
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Tony Shalhoub.
But where did he get it? Where did he get all the stuff?
Tony Shalhoub as...
It's Kev. Where did he get he got him from those ninja catalogs that we all looked at when we were fucking 13 years old, obviously.
Oh, shit. Obviously, right? How did I miss that?
Come on.
It's a throwing spike. Throwing darts with tassels and a wrist holster. I actually still have those. So you literally know that it's got a holster that you can fix them on your arm, and then your sleeve goes over them.
Yeah, yeah.
They're awesome. Let me tell you how great they work. They don't.
When did you wear them? Like when?
When I went out on secret ninja missions as a person in my 20s.
Totally.
Oh my God. Anyway,
I got a digression here. This reminds me of a time when we were in Port-au-Prince, we were getting deliveries of United Nations cleaned rubble from the earthquake. And so we were using the rubble as a foundation for a concrete slab that we were pouring. And a bunch of Japanese UN soldiers showed up at our base, and we were like putting razor wire around the perimeter of our base just for security reasons. And this Japanese UN soldier in full uniform with the blue hat was like, "That's no good," pointing to the razor wire. And we're like, "Oh, what's wrong, man?" He's like, "It won't stop the ninja." The fucking, I just like cracked the fuck. And the dude, like, he was obviously fucking with us, and it was one of my favorite things that ever happened in my life.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that is really good, dude. That is up there with the original Cape Cod Mall joke. Yeah,
it was totally good.
I'm with that 1,000%. So, all right, so can we go back to Shredder for a second and talk about how this is like the worst? Like, he actually, the way they presented him in the beginning was actually very cool. So it was very dark and you couldn't see him, and like I thought that he was some random dude and one of those ninjas or Foot Clan guys was just gonna like execute him, and then all of a sudden, with his hands tied behind his back, he like kills everybody in the room. And I was like, okay, so this dude is bad and legit, right?
Sure.
Then he gets the armor. Then what's his face is like, oh, and we've utilized everything at our disposal to make
Our
this
disposable razor blade factory to make you
super
into
cool
the Shrike
armor. And it's like, yeah, exactly. And then he puts the armor on. And it's just so dumb. It's like an exoskeleton, and it's like this,
Mennen.
Yeah, exactly.
Mennen.
It's like this guy is supposed to be like this insane martial artist, and it's like, what? I mean, I could see if he had some sort of mystical sort of powers that went along with like Japanese mysticism or Chinese mysticism, but like the whole like robotic armor suit was just so dumb, and those like things, gauntlets on his arms with the Mach 3 blades that it shot out were just so dumb.
I gotta call you out on this though, Kev, because a minute ago you were talking about having fucking spikes strapped to your arms was the coolest thing ever. So you should be on board with this one.
Well, to be fair, those were hidden throwing spikes in my sleeve.
Right, so the fact that these were being shown is like that blows the deal for you. That's just like,
yeah, kind of. Yeah, I mean, he definitely has more like Shrike vibes, and I mean, the face on the mask is like straight up Shrike.
Right,
I mean, it looks like the Shrike, and that was probably the best part of the mask. But at the same time, it was so ridiculously over the top that it just made it dumb and not work. You know what I mean? Like. I liked his mask in the comics, you know what I mean? It was like, it covered his face, it was metal, so it was like a little bit more than a regular ninja, and he had a cape. Like, why they had to turn him into a transformer? Oh, wait, what am I saying?
There you go.
Of course they turned him into a transformer.
There's your answer.
Ugh.
The answer is boardroom tables and lots of cocaine.
That's it.
You nailed it, bro.
And Iron Man was doing quite well. So they were like, let's make an Iron Man suit for Shredder. Yeah.
God, you're right. Wow. You know what? I think that... go ahead, Ben.
I was going to change the subject, so if you're...
Oh, well, hold that thought for a second. I was just going to say, slightly changing the topic, that the rooftop battle with Shredder was... The battle was so bad, I literally stopped watching it. Like, the phone was playing, and I just walked away.
Yeah, me too. I didn't finish the movie.
I did.
I'm sorry.
I finished it, too. What were you going to say, Ben?
Oh, we touched on Tony Shalhoub as Splinter, but we didn't talk about, the direction of Splinter in this movie, which, as best I can figure, is some kind of like rat Ron Jeremy with maybe little bit more Fu Manchu-ish facial hair.
Rat Ron Jeremy.
Rat Ron Jeremy. I love that.
I like that too, man. I think
Right? There's definitely I was picking up a Ron Jeremy kind of vibe.
I mean, he'd got that like prehensile penis tail thing going on too.
Yeah, that was a little puzzling. Like, why was the tail like a weapon like that?
It was like a
that
Doc
just
Ock
seemed
arm or something.
Exactly. It seemed very strange, and they were all so afraid of it. I don't know. I didn't get that.
Have you ever seen a rat's tail? They're kind of spooky looking.
They're pretty freaky.
Are they?
Yeah.
I haven't seen one in a while.
Yeah, they're like long and hairless, kind of gross.
Nice.
I don't get the whole rat pet thing, but we don't need to go into that.
No, we don't. I think I don't understand why. Like just answering your question, like about Splinter in general, and knowing what I know from like the comics and stuff. Like originally, he watches his owner is like a ninjutsu or a karate practitioner, and that's how he learns is from watching that guy. In this, it was like, oh, I found a book on martial arts, so I learned martial arts. And
Ninjas for Dummies.
Then right, exactly. And then I taught it to my sons, and I was like, I don't know about that, And then the whole like, it was all. You're right, so tropey, so formulaic. Like, oh, okay, here now he's gonna die, and that's gonna rally him together, but then he's not really dead, and like I don't know, whatever. I just feel like it was poorly used, man. He was in like the one fight scene, and then he told the story, and then I was just like, that was it. I was just like, this sucks.
Yeah. And he was in that tropey kung fu balance a bunch of pots filled with water bullshit scene.
I must have noped out for that one.
The 99 cheese pizza scene, Kev, you missed that masterpiece of a scene.
Well, no, I remember the 99 cheese pizza part, but I don't remember the pots. I don't know. 99 cheese pizza? I mean, that is so dumb in and of itself. How could you possibly get, unless you were using one crumb from each of the 99 cheeses, how would you, here's a good gripe. How would you possibly make a 99 cheese pizza, dude?
What's the deal with a pizza?
What's the deal? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. That was dumb too. No, nobody wants to talk about that.
It was dumb. It was dumb.
It was very, very dumb. Yeah.
What else? Oh, here's something that really bothered me, and this is definitely more in the weird gripes of Kev sort of land. Is they're in New York, right? And the Sachs estate is outside the city. Now, I literally live outside the city, pretty far out, but pretty close as well. And like all of a sudden, they go from the city to what looks like Switzerland, man, because I can tell you that nowhere around here does it look like that, where it's like cliffs.
Southern Connecticut does not look like Switzerland.
It's snow and
really?
Cliffs and shit. Yeah, it was so ridiculous, man.
I was kind of okay with what's the asshole news guy in Spider-Man? What's his name again?
J. Jonah Jameson.
I liked the Whoopi Goldberg, J. Jonah Jameson in this one a little bit. I don't know.
You should, to be fair, you should be dead for not knowing Jonah's name.
I'll take a death for it. I just didn't remember it. I don't really have much more in terms of notes. Are we at Nuggets deaths ratings territory?
Notes? No, I had 3 notes and they were all just whatever. Yeah, let's just finish this. This is so bad.
3 notes and they were no, and no.
Yeah, right, exactly. No, they actually were. Shredder's mask was cool. Armor was terrible. The comics. So I can't expound on that. So yeah, let's wrap this up. I have no nuggets. I don't care enough about bits and bobs.
There aren't any bits.
Wait, Chad, do you want to know how the movie ends?
Oh yeah, sure. How does the movie end?
How does it end?
Literally, Will Arnett and Megan Fox are like, she meets him under a bridge. He's got a new ride because the van got destroyed.
Yeah, right.
The turtles roll up in their turtle van, and Michelangelo's like, dude, check out our new hi-fi stereo system. And then he launches a missile accidentally at Will Arnett's car and blows it up. And that's like pretty much it. He's like, oh, I guess we don't know where all the buttons are yet. And it like freeze frames, like, what's his face from Chips and
Grossman with the coffee moment.
Oh my God.
Like, really, that's how it ends.
Yeah, literally. And that's after Will Arnett goes on and on and on about the car. Can't let anything happen to it.
Dude.
It's my new car.
I didn't nope out of this on purpose. Like, I had to put my kid to sleep. I tried to watch the whole thing, but that is horrifying.
Well, the other part about it is that the quote unquote new car that he gets is really just an old crappy Crown Victoria, a Ford Crown Victoria. Like, I mean, at that point, like the cops weren't even using those anymore. You know what I mean? What? Why is that so funny?
Totally inaccurate.
Dangerously gripes of Kevy.
It's very grapes of Kevy. I like it.
Well, it is, and it is accurate, dude. It's like what it's just so dumb. Like if they, I don't know, like if he had bought a car of his own and it was like an Audi or something, then I would be like, okay, right, this makes sense and it's funny.
This is a Transformers movie. It would have been one of those new stupid fucking brand new Camaro or Mustangs or whatever the latest and greatest reboot of the old classic muscle car is.
Right.
Oops, guess I hit the wrong button. Cowabunga, dude.
Oh, that was so dumb, dude. And the Turtle Mobile was dumb. And, like, it was so small, too. And they're so gigantic and, like, unwieldy. And, like, I don't know, dude. Just, it was terrible. And she does, like, she's playing the sort of the Ponch role in the Grossman freeze frame section, you know. She's like, you guys. And then it's like, cut to the credits, you know. I don't know. No, she's like, I think we'll take the subway.
Oh, God.
Yeah, because he's like, sorry, April. I didn't know all the new buttons. You guys want to ride? And she goes, I think we'll take the subway, guys. Thanks. So terrible, man.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you for reenacting the final scenes. I actually think that works for me.
That's what you get from a quote-unquote professional actor, man.
So I didn't have any nuggets going into this, but there's the Toys That Made Us Netflix series I had heard interesting things about. And I was like, I'll check it out. And I watched one, and it was on the Ninja Turtles toys. And it was quite interesting, but I did not realize that the Toys That Made Us is actually like a fucking 3-season thing. And each episode's like 45 minutes. So I watched a 45-minute documentary on Ninja Turtle toys. And like,
really?
I don't know if I'm ever going to watch another episode of that show, but it was interesting. And that Turtle Mobile van toy was one of the coolest toys back in the day. So,
wow. You know, I saw that show, and I put it in my queue, and I was like, I don't know about this, man. So I never really watched it, and now I'm kind of glad I didn't.
There's some cool clips I've seen on like Reddit and shit about like the He-Man toys. So I don't know. There's probably a couple that are in there that are good, but 45 minutes is a lot of time to spend on one type of toy.
Well, it is, and I'm definitely into like toy lore, but you know, I mean, like I sent you guys photos of freaking He-Man figures I found in Target. That was like the extent of it, really, for me.
Stick with Toy Galaxy on YouTube.
All right,
there you go.
Nice, like 15, 20-minute videos on specific toys.
See, I'm down with I'm down with 10 or 15 minutes any day.
Wait, what's that called, Ben? Toy Galaxy?
Toy Galaxy.
Check your show notes, Kev. It'll be in there.
Shout out to Toy Galaxy. Folks, check out Toy Galaxy. Okay, last thing that I have is that one of my favorite lines from this movie, which is just terrible, is when Bill Fichtner's like, did you see that spire on top of my building in downtown Manhattan?
Right.
That's full of a chemical toxin, and I'm going to spray it all over the city. I was just like, are you kidding me, dude? Like, for real? Like, it was so, like, ultimate villain-esque.
Let me tell you my master plan. Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, let me tell you my master plan. And, my master plan is really dumb. It's that I have a giant tank of chemical, not mutagen, but chemical poison on the top of my building. I'm going to release it into the air, and then I'm going to sell everybody the cure. I was just like, that is so
that he can get stupid rich.
It was so dumb. Right, stupid rich. Because he's already rich. He has an estate with a helicopter pad in the backyard. I mean, like, do you really need more money? Like, good God, man. You know? I don't know. And then, of course, all I could think about when he started talking about that was my favorite Gary Oldman line from Batman Begins. That's what he goes, covering Gotham in this poison. I don't know why that meant that line. I love it so much.
I don't even recall the line, but I love that you love such an innocuous line.
Because it's a little, I don't know what it is. It's a little something, man. It's almost a little campy, maybe, when he says it. And the way he says it, whatever. I'm nerding out. I'm dead.
I love it. You just wanted to sneak in one final Batman stab.
Oh, shit. I killed Benny in the process. Sorry, dude. That was not my intent.
Speaking of which, we blew past this. It's not related to the movie, Benny, so you don't have to get mad here. But I thought that we might consider the Mulverangs being in the shape of a sharpened mustache. What do you guys think of that?
Dude.
Like it's like a mustache that looks kind of like an M that's sharpened up like a batarang. I think that something might be there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just thought they were going to be Wolverine M's.
Yeah, I like the Wolverine M's.
Yeah, but maybe they're just like mustachy M's. I don't know.
What if okay, how about this, Chad? How about we keep the Mulverangs as M-shaped and I shave my mustache in the shape of an M?
That works.
On my actual face.
That kind of works.
I think I'm going to have to do that now. Yeah, I'm going to have to do that. All right, so I just have one single nugget, and it's that when he picks up the manual for ninjutsu that he learns how to be a ninja master from, it says on the cover that it's written by Eastman and Laird, which are the creators
that's
of
a good nugget.
TMNT, which I thought, yeah, that's a pretty good nugget, you know? I thought that was cool.
Nugget. Okay, deaths.
Hold on, an adjunct nugget is that Kevin Eastman plays a part as a doctor in this movie.
Oh, really?
Next, deaths. Yep. Deaths are, sort of average, I guess, this week. Let's see. Chad, you ejected on Generation Kill. I had a Star Wars death. Then I had a death because you wished that I died because I said something stupid, I'm sure.
Still do.
I still wish I'm dead. Every week, bro. I had a sax death. I started talking about sax. That whole thing about the Westchester and the mountain, that was just dumb. Nobody cared, least of all the two of you. You had a J. Jonah death because you didn't know who that was.
Benny had a couple Batman deaths.
Well, I had a death because my gripe was stupid and nobody cared or laughed. And then I nerded out on Gary Oldman a minute ago, and I died from that. And then I also killed Ben in the process of doing that.
Mm-mm.
And there might have been another Batman death for Benny in there that I did not.
Yeah, I dropped
down.
one in there.
Okay, let's do another one. Boom. And there you have it.
I've buried too many Batmans.
Too many Batmans.
Ratings.
Okay, this rating section should be pretty easy. I'll go first. This is the lowest rated movie in the history of the algorithm.
And this show.
Double Impact got a 0.8. This movie gets a 0.5, which is in the active hatred section of the algorithm. And there actually is an active hatred section in the algorithm, and this is one of only a couple of movies that's in it.
Wow, I love that. I totally forgot about the active hatred section.
This movie gets a 0.5, and it can eat a bag of dicks.
Lord. Ben, let's have it.
I can't remember what it was going to be. I should have said it out loud so you guys would know as well.
What was it? Was it a improbability rating?
Yeah, it was related to something you were saying. Anyways, in relation to improbability drives and The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, this movie is very much like the movie equivalent of Vogon poetry in that I was not only noping out from it, I wanted to hurt myself. Like I thought about chewing my arm off just to distract myself from the misery. This movie was. I don't know. I struggled to give it a 1, really, but I will. Yeah.
Oof. Wow, that's a good answer there. The Vogon thing is very accurate. I think that I struggle to give it a 1 as well. I feel like giving it lower than that is a little bit over the top. I mean, it did have good production values, and I see what they're going for here. And I guess for like young kids, this would be a cool movie to watch. But I thought it was bloody terrible, man. I'm gonna just go with a 1.
I get what you're saying, that like it would be kids would enjoy it, but I think one of the key gripes I have is that there's existing Turtle stuff that's good kid stuff, and this just shits on already good stuff, you know?
Yeah. No, you're right about that. And I mean, it's also, one thing that we didn't talk about, you sort of broached it, and I meant to say this, but like this movie was somewhat like crowdsourced in the sense that like they kept coming up with drafts and ideas, and then like they'd get all this fan backlash from all these various ideas, and then they would go in another direction. You know what I mean? So it was very much made to satisfy all of these alleged fans that wanted to see it. So I don't know, for whatever that's worth.
Turtle Aliens might have been better.
Right.
Well, they imply that the ooze came from another planet, so I don't know, whatever.
We all know what happens when you fight with and appease the rabid fan base. So nothing good comes of it.
Man. Nothing at all. Well, there you have it, folks. TMNT 2014, blah, 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 blah. C-Lab, what are we doing next week?
Next week, we have our 100th episode, and we have decided to revisit Blade Runner 2049.
Which was our first ever show, so should be fun and interesting.
Yeah, it's a great movie. Interested to chat about it again.
Oh, I am too. Well, there you have it, folks. Thanks for joining us for this turd, and stay tuned next week for a masterpiece of a movie, Blade Runner 2049. Until then, I'll say Cowabunga, dude.
Cowabunga!
I don't think I can do that.
We're gonna go get some pizza, man. Cowabunga!
Pepperoni.
99 cheeses, bro.
And that's going to wrap up this week's episode. Folks, please support us. You can do it on Patreon. Patreon.com/EBD podcast. We have a number of you already supporting us, and we are super grateful of that. Also, you can rate us and review us on iTunes or Stitcher or wherever you can do ratings for podcasts. This is actually incredibly important, man, because this will get other people digging the show. So all of you wonderful Turbo fans, go out there and give us a rating, please. We would really appreciate it. You can also tell your friend to check out the show. Word of mouth is incredibly powerful and incredibly important. You can find the show notes for this episode in your podcast app of choice or at our website, ebd.fm/episodes/99. Whoa! Don't forget to follow us on social. We use the handle @EBD Podcast, and we are on all social medias. We spend a lot of time on Instagram, so please join in on the conversation. Check out our posts and all of the other witty rejoinder on there. Hope you enjoyed joining us for this episode, folks. Stay tuned next week for the classic masterpiece, Blade Runner 2049, and we'll see you next time. So long, folks.
Lab, 2 for Troy Eagle, 3 for Wolverine to round out the trio in this episode. Everybody dies.
Beady, beady, beady. 2 weeks.